Welcome everyone. So in this video, we are going to talk about the deployment types. So deployment types, you do have the standalone deployment and the distributed deployment. Standalone deployment basically means you do have only one single ICE deployed on your organization. So distributed, you do have three different distributed ways. So one will be the basic two node deployment, so which will be having primary and secondary. Another one will be the high availability with the automatic failover, and another one will be the distributed, so where you will have the multiple Cisco eyes running different services on this one, so running different services on this one. So now in the standalone, you do have only one eyes, and that's one eyes have all the load on that one. So whether it can be the small, medium, or large size, depending upon that one, all the load is on that one. Now on the two-way, you will have one as a primary, second one as a secondary. But the difference over here will be that the primary will be handling the load, the secondary will be in the standby mode only. So once the primary is down, the secondary will not become manual primary, but you have to do it manually. So now the same thing in the primary, secondary, and secondary. So instead of two node deployment, you do have a three node deployment where one will be the primary and the remaining all will be the secondary. But we are going to configure this one is an automatic failover where the primary goes down, the secondary does overtake. Since the third one now will be used to track the primary health. So the third one will keep on tracking the health of the primary. That means sending some probes every 30 seconds or 15 seconds, depending upon your setup. So it keeps on sending the probes. If it receives the probe, that means the primary is alive. If it does not receive the probe and it can wait for 1, 2, or 3, that means 90 seconds. And after 90 seconds, it will declare that primary as dead and automatically inform the secondary. Secondary saying that the primary is dead. Now the secondary will become the primary. So that's the automatic. Now coming to the distributed one. So now it's a very large organization where you are deploying many eyes, because there are a lot of endpoints, like 100,000 endpoints maybe, or more than that one. So in that one, what you are doing is that one will be the primary, all the remaining will be the secondary, but the services running on that one will be different. So for example, this will be the service policies will be running on this one. So whenever the policy authentications to be analyzations to be done, so this server will be going to do. Other one can be say that this will be running the profiling. This one will be running the TechAS Plus, and this one will be running as a PX kit. So basically, you are just distributing the features of the Cisco ICE into different ICE nodes so that you can handle the load. So now to implement this one, now what happens is like you need to have some kind of mechanism here, load balancer. So this load balancer should be intelligent enough to detect what kind of traffic it is coming. For example, it is want to authenticate, and it will go to the primary. So if it wants, once the authentication is done, now it want to uh, check for the policies authorization. So it will go to this one and check the policies and check for the authorization access. So if it's coming for the, once the authentication or authorization is done, the next thing will be this profiling. Since these all will be synchronized with each other, they will have data. So they will see, okay, ICE will see there is one endpoint on the network which I need to do profiling for it. I want to know what kind of device it is. So it will go ahead and do the probes. Again, other device can be the networking device which some user is trying to access that network device. This device will be communicating with the TechAS Plus server. Now there will be a third party device, for example, Palo Alto firewall, which has detected something and it want to inform to the ICE, then it will use the PX kit. So basically you should have some kind of load balancer or a mechanism where it can detect the type of traffic and accordingly it can send it to the particular server. So basically for me, it looks like the app file load balancer might be the best option to implement over there. So this is a distributed deployment type where you have multiple ICE nodes, like multiple features divided into multiple ICE nodes. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank you.